I was thinking is like, should I stream these or am I good just recording? I don't know how lazy I am. Anyway, okay. So Marth, talk
Marth.
talk to me about Marth, I guess.
Um, I kind of knew like before I started actually looking into the matchup, like prior to 2 weeks ago. I kind of knew the general idea. Don't go on platforms, don't go in the air, pressure with needles, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
My crouch cancel game is definitely a lot worse than it is now. I've been interesting crouch cancel at least, um, you know, as a tactic. It's not always, I'm not always going to get hit, but then Marth sees me crouch cancel, and then
Yeah,
I, you know, watch the Marth after I crouch cancel because their options are limited.
yeah. Crouch cancel's
And
pretty good.
I refine my combo game a bit, and one of my biggest problems, which Joanne told me was like the bane of my existence versus Marth was edge guarding. So I've also been working on that.
Yeah. So edge guarding is I don't know. Justin's pretty good at it. I think it's not that hard. Like he
Yeah, I mean,
does.
I always do everything early because I panic and think I'm going to get stage spiked by the up B if I
Let me
nair.
see. Let me see. So you're talking about like you do like a ledge hop rising there or whatever.
Yeah, I do like a ledge hop rising there, but I'll do everything earlier. I'll just like hop off ledge or roll too early.
Uh huh.
But I've been Sammy stalling now,
Yeah.
which is faster than Shino, and that's been working
Yeah.
pretty well. I just kind of Sammy and then react because with the Sammy, it's pretty fast enough for me to react to it.
Yeah. And it kind of gives you like mix up stuff too, right? Where you
Yeah,
can threaten to back air and you can
yeah.
Sammy stall like he's gonna try to up B early, but then you grab the ledge.
I kind of just been following the flow chart that if he's recovering and by the time he gets close to the ledge, if he's above the ledge, I go for the bear, and if he's below, I just continue to Sammy.
Okay. Yeah, and you can also and then like whenever he's like falling down, he has to use his double jump and you can like throw needles at him.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Okay. Okay. Wait. Did you have anything like specific about this set with Skittles, or?
Um, I mean, I've been working on the combo game, and it's a little bit better. Um, Mainly neutral. I mean, I kind of know what I need to do in the combo game. I'm sure there's some situations where I had a misinput or didn't do exactly what I needed to do, but my general understanding of the combo game is pretty good now, especially because now I'm a little bit more confident in my edge guarding, so I'm more willing to go for like the fair instead of the up air.
Uh huh.
But there's a couple of neutral situations that I'm sure will come up a lot. Um, that I just kind of froze in, I guess.
Okay. Which ones exactly? Can you remember or describe them to me?
Well, usually what I do, um, like my main like idea in neutral, what I my approach a lot is, I throw the needles, and if I see him jump, that's pretty flowcharty because there's. Let me pull up my drug fox notes that I've been taking on the Marth matchup, and I'll be able to better explain to you what I've kind of been trying to do. So the thing drug fox like said like multiple times in a couple of videos is follow the rules in the matchup,
Uh huh.
and it was basically he mentioned the Marth jump flow chart, and I talked to Join about that because I was just wanted to make sure I knew what he meant by that, and I was close enough. Basically, if Marth jumps, his option is to jump again or fair. That's really all he's gonna do.
Uh huh. I mean, sometimes they
Um,
nair, right? But
Nair
yeah.
too, yeah. Nair actually is one of the mix-ups that kills me a lot because I feel like if I'm crouch canceling, Nair kind of beats me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Similar with Fox, kind of just takes space if he's not doing anything. Um, like what I mainly do is like take space and then I crouch. I almost always crouch,
Yeah.
and if I don't see the Marth, like if the Marth doesn't instantly throw something out, I usually like go for the short hop fair because usually the Marth is waiting for me to do something and try to grab me
Right.
or hit me. And usually the short hop fair after like I'll run up and I'll crouch for a couple frames and I'll react to what the Marth does. And usually if I don't get like a big reaction out of the Marth, I'll do like short hop in place or fade back fair unless I like see if I drift in it's gonna hit and I drift in. But um so yeah, it's the Nair is one that I don't really know what to do when a Marth starts like catching on to the fact that Nair kind of makes me panic.
Uh huh.
And no other specific situations come to mind. I mean, I'm sure some will come up and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I remember that happening a couple times once I see it once." But
Okay. Well, as far as Nair goes, I tend to think of it as being like pretty similar to like a Sheik move, like Sheik's Fair or something. Like
yeah,
Nair feels pretty safe because it's got pretty good range and it auto cancels. But the problem with it is that like it's out and then there's all this time before you land that you can still get hit, right? And it's like kind of
yeah.
the problem with old Marth moves. And Nair does last longer, which is why people I guess like have less of a or why
I feel like
people like
that's
spam it more. But
that's what usually like happens is like he'll run up and I'll be like, "Oh man, he's gonna fair," and then my timing gets thrown off because it's the Nair and I end up getting hit, knocked down, and then kind of fucked.
yeah, I see. So yeah, we can see kind of. You could probably try to figure out the ideas of like how you can run up to a range where instead of having to necessarily like tank the hit with crouch cancel and then getting a direct punish, if you're scared of Nair knocking you down, then you can run up to a position where you can whiff punish him for landing instead of
Yeah,
just like tanking the hit.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, with these in mind, let's start watching this. Okay. Yeah, so this is already like a perfect example. Like, this is like where he just like opens by just like running at you, and then
Hmm.
side being I don't know what the fuck this is, but like this would have been a spot where it would be really good for you to run up immediately, right? Like
Yeah.
his range after this jump is pretty short, and that's like what it's all about. It's like as soon as he jumps, like okay, he's
The
side
it's yeah
being.
the jump flow chart and see where he can hit me from basically.
Yeah, because like okay, so he's side B, so it extends his range a bit, but like just doing this jump, like
The jump's not really gonna net him
yeah,
anything if I don't move like instantly.
yeah, like as soon as he jumps here, pretty much the maximum range he can reach is like right here, right?
Yeah,
So that means you can pretty much just walk up to right here as soon
yeah.
as you see him jump, and it's just like, I mean, he's either going to double jump or he's going to try and land on you, and then at which point you can like try to read
If
a
he double
timing.
jumps, he's kind of screwed, and if my position's good, he's also screwed. So yeah,
Yeah, so this would be a really good spot for you to just run up, right? And he does extend his threat range a little bit with his side B, but if you had started up off by
I
running
could
up
react.
right here, you could be like, "Oh, you're side being like that's stupid. I'm going to hit you for it."
Yeah.
Like you would have if you had walked up instead of wave dashing back to needle, then you would have
Hmm.
punished him for the side B because it does have like a pretty decent amount of landing lag or
Yeah.
end lag. Okay, you this up tilt. Do you know why this up tilt didn't work?
Uh, a lot of the problems I have at up tilts at low percent is I do it as fast as I can. Usually, I can jump out. I need to wait a second, and they'll get caught by both of them.
Yeah, so you really want the second to hit. If you want to do it fast, you can also turn around for this up tilt,
Yeah.
and then that would also get you there.
Okay.
That should be a grab.
Yeah.
That's a good crouch cancel, though. Oops. Okay. I feel like there is something here. Yeah, this interaction is. So you needle, and you dash back to be fair. That's fine. Up air here actually would have been really nutty.
Yeah.
But I think it's reasonable. I think that you went for fair. I
Yeah.
think I think it is like fair is like in front of you, but I think the up air or even a neutral air there would have been pretty good.
Hmm.
Then afterwards, you could have probably yeah. I think this forward tilt is pretty autopilot. Like I think after this back air at low percent, you probably either it's probably either like you back air them and then you grab, or you back air them and then you land and then you try to react to what they're gonna do. Because a lot of times in the scramble situation, like they're going to probably try to act defensively. So this forward tilt, I mean, he light shielded it, but if he had hard shielded it, then you probably would have gotten grab for it.
Yeah.
I think you could probably go for a grab there instead. Sludge bash.
I could have recognized he was in there and let Josh walk up tilt, I think, but I don't know if I had time for that.
Yeah. This would have been a good spot for you to do like the ledge dash back that we talked about the other week, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That would have dunked him really hard for it.
The other thing that Drug Fox mentioned a lot was just getting under him with up tilt, because it kind of forces Marth to do something he probably doesn't want to do.
Yeah. So like you could have just grabbed the ledge here, right? It is pretty
Yeah.
greedy. Like you tried to like double jump and fair him, right?
Yeah.
And you could have just grabbed the ledge. If you had just upbeat
For sure. Yeah.
or sweet spotted, you would have been fine. Oops. Tech skill error. It's fine. Nice. Oh, why didn't this work? So that's really good. That's pretty optimal. You could have just trained him at that point.
Yeah.
I guess just because he was weak that it didn't end up working.
I think I actually fucking pretty hard this stock.
Yeah, okay, so here's something that I'm seeing a lot again. Well, I'm gonna see if it happens some more. Nice. Nice. Let's see if I'm looking for it. Yeah, okay, so yeah, it happened again. So what I'm seeing a lot is this situation, and basically, okay, so he dies here, and then you ledge dash, and he like just like does this like double jump at you, and
Yeah.
he like continuously does these full hops or these double jumps at you that go high because they go over needle, and they let him punish like forward tilts and dash attacks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like the problem with it is that if you're looking for it, then it's really easy to react to. Like Marth just spends so much time there. So like look how you like jump in needle here to catch him if you're running in, and he's like running like this.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think you didn't really need to be needling here. And anytime you see him like jumping like this, like instead of shielding and like having to like roll or shield grab something, you could just run behind him, right? I think he's like pretty fucked from this point. If like imagine like from here, if you just dashed in.
No, yeah, I agree. It just the no needles and take positioning.
Yeah, so like if you instead of like having this spot, if he's gonna like fair over here, which he like pretty much has to. Like he's drifting forward, so he can pretty much only like go like in this cone.
Yeah.
And like you can see how like if you just like dash forward after landing and you're like right here, you would just punish him, right? I mean, if at high percent you can just like run through. If he's a high percent, you could just run through him and then beat him with back air this way, and he would probably
Hmm.
get a kill because he's going to be holding like either
Yeah.
left or right for drift. Or at low percent, you could just run through him and then either get a grab or at least get a favorable mix up.
Hmm.
So it's like whenever he jumps like that, that's like a react. That's like something to be looking forward to react to. And I know you were
Yeah.
talking about at the beginning, but yeah. Yeah, so all of these follow ups where you're like kind of just like point like that up air is a true combo. But then after
Yeah.
that, like if you just wait for the side B, then you punish him, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you don't it looks like you don't quite know whenever it's a true combo or not. Oh, oh.
Hmm. Fun times.
I don't know what that up air is. I think you could jump cancel off switch.
Yeah, might have been able to.
Yeah. Either way, this should at least be an up air, right?
Yeah, I think the bear was probably a flub, but
Yeah. Whoops, it didn't need to be this complicated. You probably meant to
I
needle
probably
turn
yeah
around.
I messed up the needle
You
turnaround
probably
thing.
meant to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alright, whatever. Whatever skills.
Yeah, the VODs were cut because Skittles switched characters like 3 times.
Yeah, yeah. I may end up regretting closing the tab, whatever. Oh god, it's what is okay. I don't know why my browser was like not why was Skittles Bowser?
He made me Bowser
Oh,
because I wasn't picking.
oh okay. Oops. Text go. Yeah, so this is like kind of where you're talking about where you're like trying to whiff punish the fair, right? And then he nared you.
Yeah.
I would suggest that you have a little bit more time than this, or if you aren't confident in your ability to true punish, then like, cause like in this spot where, if you had just stood right here, then
Yeah.
you would
Nothing
have
would
he
have
would
hit
have
me.
just whiffed, right?
Yeah.
And also, if he had done the fair fully drifting forward like that, then also nothing would have hit you. So like,
Yeah.
I mean, if he did any sort of like full drift forward aerial, and then you just stood there, then you would be able to punish him. And if he like drifted back, then well, you might still be able to boost grab him. But if you couldn't, you could at least play like a pretty good mix up on him, right? Because he at from that point he probably will either. I mean, what are his options? Okay, say you're like standing right here. Okay, let's say you're standing right here, and he whiffs an aerial. Say he cuts his drift short a little bit. He lands like instead of like landing all the way over here, he lands like right here. So like, what
Yeah.
are Marth's options from this position?
Well, I mean, if he just whiffed, he's probably going to do something defensive. So he's probably just going to shield, roll, or jump.
Yeah, so you could shield. Yeah, those are probably all the most likely options. Like sometimes, like they might down tilt, right?
Yeah, they're down tilt panic option, but
Yeah, down.
other than that,
Yeah, my
yeah,
most likely options I would think would be like roll away. He would either roll away, he would hold shield, or he would throw out a down tilt and try to catch you running in like that. I think those are the most likely options. Um, in which case, like, okay, so if he just shielded, obviously running up, walking up on him and grabbing is pretty good.
Yeah.
What if he rolls away? What could you do?
If I start the walk up and he rolls, I can react to it.
Yeah, but in this case, like you can't really like start your walk up because like if you walk up at all, you're going to get hit by the snare.
Yeah. Well, if he rolls, it's still my turn to take positioning, even
Yeah,
if I can't get the
yeah. If he
punish.
rolls, at the very least, he's like going to roll back to here,
Yeah.
and you're going to be able to like walk up on him, and then you can like try to read his next option. Because likely because like he's very unlikely for them to do like roll and then immediately start throwing hitboxes at you and start playing aggressive again.
Yeah.
Usually after people roll, they want to play defensive, if especially if there's like, oh my god, my roll didn't make them whiff.
Yeah.
And if he just landed and he down tilted, then what could you have done?
CC it or ASDI down
Yeah,
or run up shield.
yeah, it depends if this is a tipper or not.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, run up shield could also work. If you just ran up and
I mean,
shielded here.
it could have been like a run up short hop situation, run up short hop fair,
Yeah,
which beats detail, but it's kind of
it's kind of sketchy if he were to like land and then dash back, right?
yeah. So that's usually one of the problems I have with detail. It's so fast that like I want to punish it, but I usually just end up getting fucked because like I try to punish it and then they just dash away, dash back.
Yeah, and I do like kind of like the crouch ideas that you have and the shield and the run shield idea because like so he jumps here, and I think that instead of like probably instead of you so what happened was probably you saw this jump and then as soon as he jumped you were like okay I'm running at you, but you
Yeah.
did like this wave dash back first which changed your position slightly. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you had just like if you had been standing exactly where you were and you had just be like oh like as soon as Mark jumps I shield or I crouch cancel on reaction
Yeah.
instead of wave dashing back like this. Basically, I think your wires got crossed because you were like, "Oh, he jumps. I'm gonna wave dash back. I'm gonna wave dash back to whip punch him." And you were like, "No, no, no. I want to run forward and I want to crouch him."
Yeah.
And then
If
you did
I
both,
probably
and then it
should
was too slow.
I should have just waited if I wave dash back. I mean, there's also the option of like the second I see the jump, like short wave dash in, put the up tilt out.
Yeah, you just
But
have to like commit to one,
I did
right?
a mix of too many options. If I wave dash back, I probably should have just stayed put.
Yeah, you should have just like picked one. If you wave dash back, I agree. You probably stay put. And if you go in, and if you're like gonna go in, then you should have just gone in, right? And
Mm-hmm.
not done the wave dash back because the wave dash back is actually what made you too slow.
Yeah.
Um, there's something else I was thinking. Yeah, I do think the strategy where you just like, and obviously like if you just like Mark jumps and you just start crouching or you shield, it's very strong, and he can't outplay it with just like empty landing and then going for a grab. But at the very least, you're like putting him into a position where he has to start picking those kind of options because those options are like kind of like sketchy and brave for him to be picking, right? So you really
Yeah.
want to put him to a spot where he's like picking options where he has to get clever with you, and you could punish him really hard for trying to do those things.
Yeah.
You really don't want to play the game where he just like gets to keep poking at you with like really safe moves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this corner situation's so good. So it's like main problem here is like so you get hit by this and this whiffs and you just like immediately try to double jump in at him with an aerial.
Yeah.
I mean this is just never going to work, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though he whiffed the forward smash, is like look how
I
high
could
your
have just
double jump goes.
I could have just gone to ledge or wait or air
Yeah,
dodge or something besides that.
yeah, even gone to ledge here and you ledge dashed at him, they would be pretty good, right? But if you
Yeah.
double jump, there's like no way you'll reach him in time, and he even like punches you because you picked the worst aerial. Yeah. Oops. That could be a jump cancel up smash too. All the pretty much, and Justin does this like all the slight DIs. He reaction jump cancel up smashes, and it would have killed there.
Okay. Yeah.
It could have been Lama's attack, as you know.
Yeah, I just
Yeah, it just happens. It's fine. Just making sure you know. This is a pretty lazy option. I don't like this. I don't like this down smash. She even gets inside of it, and then you're in the corner. I don't think it did very much for you.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, what are you doing?
I think this. I remember playing this stock and being like, intuitive, just
doing?
gonna be grody.
What are you doing?
This stock is just a brain fart.
I mean, you know that Skittles can ledge dash, or like even like right here, he can like ledge hop down near you.
Yeah. This stock is a shit show, and I knew while I was playing it. That shouldn't have hit.
You
That was
should, yeah. I mean, and it's like
wrong.
this like kind of happens where you'll just get lazy and just like pick options because like you think they're funny, or he's just like, oh, I stopped thinking about it, and then I just did this thing. It was like if I watch it back, it's like, I mean, it's just like clearly just like
I think
bad
that for the entire stock, my brain just said it was going to take a stock off and rest, and it just made all the horrible decisions that it could have.
Yeah, but like the thing is just like if you do it like this, that this could also just like happen in tournament, right? Especially like where there's a lot of pressure.
I agree.
So you really have to like do your best to either like focus, and try not to let that happen to you, and or you can like practice in such a way to work around that. So like for example is, like I think I talked to you about this actually in Discord about how it's like working out, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like maybe like your brain got tired and it was just like, all right, I'm done here. So you just have to like pull it together for like the rest of the game or whatever, and then maybe go away and take a break. And you can take this as like kind of like, oh, okay, this is like my limit for now, and then if I come back in 5 minutes, I'll do better.
Yeah.
All right. He spent too long in words. I think you could have hit this.
Yeah, I could have punished it. I think I was afraid of the invincibility.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I had invincibility. Did he have invincibility?
He did.
Okay, yeah, that's probably what I was afraid of.
You have to forward air eventually, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this is a perfect forward air, and forward air actually would have beaten him out too.
Yeah. It might have been I think I remember it being an accident, but totally couldn't have been. Could have gone both ways.
Alright. This is also lazy. You're down smashing a lot. Like, okay, if you're just like any Sheik player and you see like this happen. So Marth whips this down air. I mean, if you're the Sheik player in any reasonable situation here, or you're telling a Sheik player what to do, what would you say here?
Turn around, grab.
Yeah, you just turn around and grab this dude, right?
Yeah.
This is like... Oh god, fun. Yeah, so you also went away from your flowchart here, right?
Yeah.
You could have gone for a Sammy stall. You could have gone for a back air.
Yeah, with the positioning where he was closed, the back air would have been fine.
Yeah, I think this is
like
a good back air. because he's
Right
side
there, the
B's.
back air would have hit. Yeah,
Yeah, because he's side B'd, so he can't do anything about it. Like we could
no,
probably try to drift back enough back or something, but Sheik's back air is really big.
back air's nuts. Yeah,
Yeah, so I think you'd be able to just kill him for it. If he were like a little further out, this needle would be good. But you also didn't like do the Sammy stall you were telling me about earlier.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Nice. A little too fast on this.
yeah. I could have held shield, but
Yeah, or you could have just up tilted,
yeah,
which is what I was thinking.
that was one of the situations where I think I acted early because I didn't Sammy stall, and I was like, shit, gotta do something.
Yeah,
And
that's a good game. Oops.
I think I just missed my turnaround dash. That works.
I actually think you played really bad these last two stocks.
Yeah, it was a shit show the past two stocks. I think.
Like you're definitely just like kind of doing whatever, right? Instead of like
Yeah,
it just like you won, so like it worked out for you. But it's like if you
yeah.
were
I
like
mean,
a better Marth, like if you were playing against
I
like
think I would have got shit on. Like,
yeah, playing like this, if you were playing like I don't know, say like Nagy, right?
hmm
Nagy probably would have dumpstered you for like this because you just did a
yeah,
bunch of really lazy stuff.
yeah, I agree.
Like here you just like lazily fell through and fared, even though I mean he's shielding here, right?
Yeah.
He's shielding, and it's not so bad because you can play like the fair on shield mix up mini game, but then you
hmm
just like afterwards you just like threw needles. I don't know why, instead of doing like a real option, because after you space a fair near Marsh shield, then usually you're either going to like forward tilt to catch a jump, or you're going to dash back to beat a grab, or you're going to like jump again and fair to like reset the situation. Or like if you
Yeah.
read that he's going to wave dash back, you can boost grab forward to beat the wave
hmm
dash or roll back. But say you just like did something weird,
No,
and
yeah. I think
this
the
was
last two
wasted
stocks
again.
were just a shit show, and it was like fuck you Skittles.
Yeah,
But
he just double jumped in. Yeah, anyway, this is definitely something that you really want to watch out for and try not to let it happen.
I think besides like Peach, Marth might be like my most fatiguing matchup. I just get like so tired sometimes, like playing the Marth neutral, that everything just goes to shit like it did.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, playing against Marth is definitely like not like playing against any other character, right? Because
Yeah,
well, Sheik has really long range, so usually you will used to be like the person like kind of spacing the other person out.
yeah.
Uh, and
Just thinking about Marth's range and like trying to calculate, because if you're like a little, if you're a couple pixels off, the tipper hits, but like it's just like, hey, you got to make sure everything, the fair, the forward smash, the grab, you're out of range, but you can still punish. And I think I just get tired.
yeah, it's definitely like a very different matchup compared to the other ones in melee to navigate.
I just don't think I play the matchup enough in friendlies, to be honest.
Uh huh.
Just because it annoys me because I get tired, and I've kind of just been like, fuck it. But like I need to just play it more.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I thought you played like pretty well on FD, but the Fountain game,
Yeah,
pretty much the whole Fountain game was just really bad.
yeah. I think I was actually, yeah, it was pretty shit.
It is also lazy, right? I mean, it works because like down smash is invincible whenever you
I
first
could
do
have up
it.
tilted.
But you could up tilt, right? Or you could wave dash back and you could punish him. Or you could hold down. You're at zero. What's he gonna do to you? I mean,
Yeah.
yes, he could down air, but I don't know if you know this, but if you crouch cancel, if you're like in crouch and Marth down airs you at zero, then he's like not positive enough to get a grab.
Only at zero.
Let me find the range. So they were talking about this in the Mark Discord recently. Okay, if they use crouch, this guy's elaborate. He's a nerd. If you use crouch cancel, they use crouch cancel correctly. You pretty much can uh, never can down air and without the CC range. Talking about dare grab, you never
Yeah.
can down air grab without the CC range. It's still small. On no DI, dare starts popping them up on 23, so afterwards they can deny you that grab by teching. And crouch cancel makes a perfectly low down air -4 at 0%.
Okay.
At 22%, this perfect dare is only +1 against CC, so there's still no chance to grab her. Above that, she can just not CC and use the force knockdown to dodge grab. So
Um.
if you don't crouch cancel, then he can down air grab you from 0 to 22. And if you do crouch cancel, then he can down air grab you from 46 to 74. In this case, you are crouching in the scenario that I'm talking about because he start off by just running
Yeah.
off
If
the
I if,
platform, jumping
if
at
I
you.
if I crouch, I'm basically 100% safe. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's like he'll probably go for down air grab.
Hmm.
Like if he's like hyper actively reacting to you crouching here, but I mean you don't even have to get hit by the grab. Even if you can't like take his down air and grab, you can like down air, take the down air, and then like dash away or dash behind him, and then his grab whiffs, and then you grab him.
Yeah. Before I forget about it, can you copy paste that thing to me? That he that little
Yeah,
paragraph about.
yeah. Let me...
Gracias. That was the crouch cancel short hot fair I talked about
Mm-hmm.
because he reaction crouch canceled, which didn't help me really with the fair, but
Mm-hmm.
I was still safe.
Yeah, you
I just
could.
I just should have waited after because
Yeah,
when he jumped,
so let's
I
talk
was I
about the
was I was
posting.
safe because that's what happens in a lot of situations. Because I think Skittles and other Marths, um, they'll jump and they obviously know they're at a disadvantage when they jump, but like I think what they do is they jump and they're like, oh, he's gonna try to punish me, and they know that they just throw it out. But I think I just need to sit still because they're like, this will hit him if he dashes forward like an idiot, and I'm always dashing forward like an idiot. So
Well, the way
I
it,
think I just need to wait.
yeah, the way it usually works is like, so you fair Marsh shield, and then like level one is like if you do like this jab or whatever, you do like fair jab. So
Hmm.
then they like try to crouch cancel grab it. Which case like Sheik's like love to always bait it, right? They'll do like fair and then they'll dash back. So in order to
Yeah.
beat the grab, and they'll come back and grab. So Marth's just start. It's just like okay, well I should do anything out of shield other than shield grab. Usually that's going to be fair out of shield. So,
Yeah.
but like if they're going to fair out of shield, they're going to like try to wave dash or they're going to try to jump. Then you can blow them up really hard by forward tilting, and that's where forward tilting is actually useful.
Hmm.
And you know, a lot of people will be like, oh, like you can also crouch cancel grab forward tilt, but you do have to remember that forward tilt does start knocking down at like whatever percent, right?
Yeah.
So it's like kind of like where we talked about Fox the other week, where it's like, oh, I know the percent where forward tilt is going to knock down Fox, and then I know that, so I can start
24.
using it in neutral. So then I can start using it more in neutral at that percent, and then like anytime I forward tilt him, I know I'm about to set up for a tech chase. Uh,
Can we go figure that out?
yeah, yeah,
Thank
yeah. For Sheik, and forward tilting Marth, and Marth is doing. No, that's doing. Okay. Yeah, so unsurprisingly, it's pretty similar, but it's a little bit higher, right? Because Marth is heavier.
27,
Yeah, so 27, no, 26.
26.
26 is when it starts. It is probably, I mean, okay, let's say it's stale. Let's say it's stale. 27 if it's stale.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just keep 27 in my brain for safekeeping.
Yeah, so a forward tilt like that, then so it would actually not be good to forward tilt here because he's at 22.
Yeah.
Because that's like not even the optimal. Like I just sit straight down. I didn't even do like the best possible ASI.
Yeah.
But like right here, you could totally forward tilt
That'll lead to him getting popped up in that situation, right?
if you forward tilted him. Yeah, it would
Yeah.
destroy him because he's
Yeah.
jumping.
Yeah.
So he's jumping, so he can't even crouch cancel, right?
Hmm.
That's the main problem with jumping. Is like you put your once you put yourself in the air, uh, which is why I tell people like why I tell Marth players like they don't have to use down tilt or play around Falco crouch canceling that much because
Yeah.
Falcosaur is jumping to shoot lasers. If they jump, then they aren't crouch canceling.
Hmm.
So if you forward tilt him, he gets destroyed.
So I guess if I just recognize the Marth jumping out of shield a lot, I could just commit to the F tilt after the fair.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So it's like the fair thing that we were talking about the other week that Drug Fox wrote about with Fox, where it's like, oh, I do like these fairs, and then I start doing like increasingly like I guess like greedy things because I've earned
Yeah.
the respect. It's
Yeah.
kind of like that where it's like if you start off by like hitting them with fair and then jumping again, or hitting them with fair and then dashing back to beat shield
Yeah.
grab.
You just start with the safe options and watch them, and then once you realize what they're doing, you can kind of be a little pushy with it.
Yeah, you can switch it up. And sometimes they'll just like do the same thing over and over and over. In which
Hmm.
case, it's like if you pre-adapt, it's bad. But it's like you don't have to like change it up until after they show you that they're going to be able to deal with it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it is. It is Skittles. Skittles just loves jumping like that.
Yeah.
Oops. There's a back tilt.
I believe it was.
Hell yeah.
I messed up the punish really bad, but yeah.
Nice. Good.
I don't think the fair would have hit, and that's the only reason why.
No,
Yep.
I think it
Up
was
air.
fine. Yeah, I think that was fine.
It's just I end up playing.
No, it's Magi. I think she's watching Kalindi play a Netplay tournament or something.
Uh, that was another situation where I think I just should have Sammied and
Yeah, you're
or
just
just
like,
I should have just held. There was no reason to Sammy at all. I was fine.
yeah,
I was still invincible. There was no reason to drop at all. Just hold.
yeah. This is like a little more autopilot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, so this one's kind of rough, right? You're like, so you have to dash, right?
I mean,
That's
the
fine.
option there, I think. I mean, it might be like a situational kind of thing, but I've seen Drug Fox either walk off instant turnaround, instant kneel turnaround, jump bear, or just
Yeah, that seems good.
turn around, take a step, and then wave dash off, jump bear.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. He's like, this one is like awkward to go for down throw fair because it's like, oh, I don't really have the room to dash. You technically only need a dash for 1 pixel, by the way, which you might have had that. You probably had that pixel, but like, I don't know, Wispy might have fucked you too.
Yeah. I might have just messed it up. I think, but yeah.
Yeah, you do have to dash there. So that's a good grab though. Okay, this second grab, you Yeah, you just missed. Okay.
Yeah.
Ah! Just doing stuff.
I shouldn't have jumped there.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what you're doing up here, right? At this point,
Yeah, it was
if I'm the
bad.
Marth player and I see Sheik jump up there, I'm like, sweet.
Yeah, I realized I looked at our percents and I was like, I need to start CC baiting at least, if not just doing something with CC. So I was like, why the fuck am I up there? So I just tried to get down, but I just got down unsafely.
Yeah, I think this is a really good spot where, okay, right here. So he starts wave dashing left and right. I think at this position, if you just like walk up over
Walk
here,
forward.
yeah, you just
Yeah.
like we talked about with the fox and the shield, where you just like
Hmm.
walk up, and he's like, "Oh man, I don't want to get forward tilted," so he has to like stop, and then he could like start down tilting to try to beat you like forward tilting
Yeah.
or going for grab, but that loses a fair, and he's also like, "Oh, I don't want to get hit by fair or forward tilt," so he's just gonna like keep dash dancing underneath this platform. You just walk up and then constrict his options. But it
Yeah.
said like you just like kind of went up here for whatever reason, like probably something in like your lizard brain told you to do it. And if I'm the Marth, I'm like, sweet. Like Skittles didn't even do the
Hell yeah.
best thing here.
Hmm.
Like Skittles, probably should have just like
Gotten under
walk.
me.
Yeah, he could have just like walked underneath you and then like
Hmm.
gone for a grab or whatever. He just went for a dash attack to read a landing timing, which I think is okay. But obviously didn't even do the best thing here. But it still ends up being awful for you because like you shield the dash attack, it's tipper, so it's like kind of weird. And then it's like you could get really blown up for that.
Yeah.
What if you had Nair? Yeah, I think Nair would have worked.
Yeah. It might have been better just to disrupt the motion. It would have been fine.
Yeah, I think Nair would have like at least traded.
Yeah. At least disrupt the flow of the juggle.
Yeah, I think like falling on someone with down air like this is kind of like, I mean, it's like weird because I think like it's something that should like it works all the time, and it doesn't make sense that it works to me. Like
Yeah.
it quote unquote shouldn't because it's just like so negative, horribly like negatively disjointed.
Yeah.
Like your hurt box is way out past your hitboxes, but yeah, I don't know. You probably like see it work a lot, so it's just like, oh yeah, I can do
Yeah,
this.
it's a bad habit that's just gotten worse and worse over the years. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's just gotten like
it's just
positively
something that's going to be
reinforced.
hard to get over, but
Yeah,
I need to. Yeah.
it would have been most ideal if you got like wiggled out there and then nared.
Yeah. I usually wiggle out and try to like delay, like I'm coming down, like I have no option, and then do a really late air dodge.
Mm-hmm.
But in this situation, I just kind of freaked it.
Okay. Whoa. Oh.
I think Skittles. Oh yeah, Skittles headphones ripped his Ethernet cord out of.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I didn't get a lot, but I had enough to feel like it would have been fine to
Yeah,
go over a
that's
couple things.
fine. So have you seen the Drug Fox blog post?
I mean, I saw the one that we talked about, but I looked for it and wasn't able to find um
So this is a good
like
one.
oh hey, the Mafia brothers are in your DMs.
What does he want? What does he want? Doing analysis with your brother. So this site, he wrote this blog post in 2015. It's still applicable.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like his thing about doing stuff to Marth, and he talks about like a lot of like kind of like the throw conversions that we saw that
Yeah.
you were missing, like the up tilt and stuff,
Hmm.
where you're up airing too much. So it's like, so you on DIY you want to regrab. You already know about this. But at mid percents when he starts daring away, you can dash attack.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go ahead.
The chart I've usually been, and it's the way, like the new punish or combo chart I've been using that I like just have in my brain from when I watched like the first two videos on Sammy reviewing Cheek Marth.
Yeah, yeah,
Is basically just like if I grab them between like 0 and 10, I don't know the exact percents, but it's like I kind of just can know. And then DI away, I get the regrab.
yeah,
And then if they DI in, I get the up tilt. And then at like very low percent, it's just like up tilt, rising fair.
yeah.
And then it slowly becomes up tilt, up air. And then if they DI away, you can get the dash up air
Yes.
instead of the regrab or the dash attack. But I feel like the dash up air might be better.
The dash attack, if you hit them with like the reverse hitbox,
Yeah.
then they go straight up, right?
There also might be a percent where the dash attack hits and the up air wouldn't, and that's that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's probably percents where that is a situation between like maybe like 25 or like 20 to 20 to 30 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The dash attack will hit, but the up air might not be able to be true.
Now, what most Marth players are going to pick whenever you down throw them at low percent is they're going to like DI like slight up and in,
Yeah.
or sorry, slight up and away because they don't want to get regrabbed or up smashed. And you DI.
Okay.
So if you're Marth and you do a slight DI behind, you can get up smashed.
Yeah.
And it will like tipper you, or worst case scenario is it'll like double hit you, like the soft hit, and then the hard hit will hit you, and you
It's
take
so
like
funny.
27 damage from one move. It's so insane. It makes Josiah so mad.
It makes Josiah it's so funny to hit him with it.
But yeah, it's
whenever
like super strong.
Yeah, whenever I do get to hit on Josiah, I think it's the way he dies, but it's almost guaranteed I get the double hit. It's so funny.
Yeah, whenever he does the slight behind, that makes sense. But yeah, they'll usually try to do like a slight up and away, which avoids the regrab, and also you can't get smash like that, but you can like do the up tilt. So like the second bullet point is going to be like probably a big one for you to look at, but it's like it's just talking about like, oh, he like does an auto cancel short hop up air, or he can take a step and up tilt. You like walk up tilt, just one step, which is like pretty hard. And then he says, distinguishing between various slight DIs is difficult, so I just dash short hop up air all of them once he gets past the low percents.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, look at this. Until 27% after the throw, starting at 0. If they DI slightly away with the 45-degree angle notch, you can regrab without dashing. Or even slighter DI.
I've definitely gotten that in the past, and just like, but I haven't thought about it like that. I've just gotten it and been like, oh hey, that hits.
Yeah. And then on even slighter DI, you can't regrab, but the up tilt hits guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then talks about delaying the up tilt. On no DI, you up tilt or you up air. Generally, you want to delay the up tilt a little bit. Though if you get predictable with your timing, it will be easy to SDI. Marth wants to SDI your up tilt down and away, by the way, so that you don't have a chance to up air him after it. He wants you to force you to only get a fair. So the goal,
I think the next like big combo thing I want to do is the turnaround up tilt.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be good, and it's the next thing I need to do.
Right. This bullet point, right, where he says DI behind you, you want to turn around before the up tilt. Make sure it's possible to get both hits. So like we saw on the FD game against Skittles, where he was doing a slight DI behind you. And well, if you were lazy, you could have up smashed. You went for the up tilt, but you just did like face forward up tilt. If you turn around and up tilt, then that would build in the timing, the like the timing pause to where you can
Yeah,
get both hits, and it also makes it possible.
yeah,
You're just facing forward. I don't think you're ever gonna hit him with both hits of the up tilt, unless if he like smash the eyes into the second hit or something.
yeah. No, I agree. Is there a percent that Dark Card talks about where I need to do the turn on up tilt, or is it just low percent in general? Before
This
I can
is
start, before I is it just before the instant short hop up air works, basically?
this is talking about uh 0 to 16 before the throw. So until 27% after the throw.
Okay. So between 0 and 16, I do the turn on up tilt.
Yeah, on slight behind.
Yeah. Um.
And then yeah, it was just like I didn't go in depth. All of your up tilts should go into fair or up air, and all your up air should go into fair or bear.
Yeah. Um. Like I said, I'm getting more confident with knocking him off instead of trying to kill him off the top because I'm just getting better at edge guarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It was good that you were going for up airs to really punish DIN, but
Yeah,
there are a lot of spots where you up aired like probably a little too much, and you
yeah.
could have gone for just like probably
Especially,
up air, forward air is enough, right?
yeah. I mean, I think there are certain percents where the double up air is good, but I think sometimes you use the up air fair.
Yeah.
Um,
Or you can put him onto platforms.
yeah. You send me this.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I already did.
I don't know if it was only the. I guess I could reach this one from the other one probably.
Wait, no, I sent you this link already.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Do you see it?
Oh, wait, let me check. Yes, I do see it.
Okay. Then the last thing he talks about is like his reaction points to killing him, and this part is like it's kind of fucked up because like he like writes a bunch of stuff about the low percent stuff. It gives a video example, but I think this part is like just as important, if not more important. This part at the end where he talks about killing Marth off the down throw.
Yeah.
And so he talks like specifically about FD here, but I mean it's still applicable somewhere with platforms. So it's like basically on the FD game, like if you think about all these spots where it's like, oh, you could have up smashed here and it would have killed. So read this. Make sure I'm going to go over this paragraph, and you're going to want to like build this into like an FD flowchart. So 78% before the up smash, tipper up smash will kill on FD with optimal survival DI. This means that if you grab him at 65, pummel twice and down throw, you can kill him if he doesn't DI away on the throw. But if he DIs away from on the throw, then you could just like regrab, or you can forward tilt, or you can fair him, and it's still fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So DI behind, you just up smash in place. On a no DI, you dash, jump, cancel, up smash, and you also dash, jump, cancel, up smash to the DI away. So all those slight DIs and no DI skills was doing at those percents, you could have just killed him. There's also one on Fountain where he just like did a slight. You grabbed him like in the middle of the stage at like 80, and then you pummeled down throw. He was at 91, and he did slight DI in front of you.
Yeah.
Up and away. You could have, you could have JCL smashed it. It would kill him 100%.
Okay.
So the point is, like, if you get this, like, reacting to these DIs down with these options, it's like whenever you grab Marth at 78, which is like a very low percent, right? Because it's like, dude, sometimes like the last Streamline stock Skittles live until like 160, right?
Yeah,
it's just like you get to kill him at 80, which is like such a huge difference, right? Because Marth is almost never killing you at 80 unless he just like randomly tippers you out of something. Mm-hmm. So it makes a big difference.
Yeah, no. I think I just got to read all this. I'm putting I'm not putting all of it in my notes, but I'm putting like the percents and what to do in my
Yeah, you could
notes. So it's
just like
gonna be
put the
easier.
blog post into your notes, and you could just go over
Yeah.
it at your leisure. But this is like I think this is like a really like I still don't see whenever I see like Sheik players play against Zane, I still don't see them doing a lot of the reaction kill stuff to him. Which
Um,
makes me definitely think it's like, oh, a lot of times the Sheik players are like pretty lazy about their combo games on Marth when they could be doing something better just because it's like so easy to just down throw fair every time.
the last bullet point on his that he talks about, no, down below. Like in the little bullet points, DIY regrab walk F till fair.
Mm-hmm.
What percent is that? Because what percent can I regrab him? Because like
Uh, he's saying that if you DI straight away, then you can regrab for a
I
really
can
long time.
regrab at like 78.
I don't know if that's actually true. Maybe that's worth testing because, like, I trust Drug Fox. It seems really high. I know you can regrab for a really long time, like at
Yeah, if they
least
DI
40.
hard out, I do agree that you can like regrab for a really long time. I just don't know if like something like 60.
Yeah, which is why
I
I
mean, I can
suggested.
see it being true, but like
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But I would. It's funny if it is true because that means you can just like regrab for a little while, give it a chance to do a different DI that gets them up smash.
yeah,
But I would say like I don't know. If it doesn't work, then it's not a big deal. If
I
I
probably just spare
didn't,
the
yeah,
DIY.
if I didn't know, I would probably just dash fair him every time, especially
Yeah,
if it were going to send him off stage.
no, yeah, I agree. Um, yeah, that's good. I just need to read up on all this and get these percents in my head. Um, I can probably just lab them. To be honest, I could probably just go into on combo training and just set a Marth to 80 and react.
Yeah, and you can do the, and then you can also do like at higher percents. You can do the thing with platforms that foxes will do like they like hit you on the platform and they do like falling up air to cover tech in place,
Yeah,
and then try to re-grab the tech rolls. You could do something similar at higher percents where they go
fair.
higher before they tech, where you like fair on the platform to cover tech in place and mistech, and then you go for a grab on the rolls.
A lot of what I want to do, what I like to do is I jump like basically in the middle, but a little bit to the right,
Mm-hmm.
to where if they tech in place or tech roll to the right, my nair kills. If they go to the left, my bear kills.
Oh, oh, I
Because I get
see.
the strong bear.
Yeah, you just see which one they do, and you
Yeah,
just like flick your
because
stick.
with Sheik's short hop being so ridiculous, I think it works on like every stage with Dreamland. Dreamland, I might still be able to do it with like a double jump. It's just a little bit tighter timing.
Yeah,
But yeah, if I just position myself right, the nair will hit in place or to the right, and the bear perfectly strong hits away to the left.
yeah. The only thing is like you need to move your reaction window if they tech in place or if they roll, but
Yeah,
it's fine.
yeah. Um. All right,
Yeah,
that was pretty good. I got a lot of stuff to go over, but all overall very good.
yeah. That was pretty good. Do, do you have any ideas of like what you want to do for next time?
Um, I think I'm gonna go over all of this. I mean, I want to before we like do another Marth VOD review. I don't want to just be still making the same like not killing him when I should be, because that's just stuff that I mean if you tell me again and I'll realize it, but I mean I kind of get it with it now. I just need to go practice it.
Yeah,
I might I'm gonna study these notes because there's a lot of what I have, like some of it's like like stay in place because when the Marth expects you to run in, and that's like stuff I can like think about and do,
hmm
but a lot of it's after the hit stuff. So I might I was gonna either way move on from Marth week pretty soon,
right.
because I don't want to be on it for too long. But
hmm
this is all really good, and it's stuff because I'm still playing against foxes, and now I'm gonna still be playing against Marths because I want to keep what I've been practicing sharp.
Yeah,
Um, so I'm probably just gonna go add another character, and then I'll be like, hey, I'll play Fox Marth and this character now.
yeah.
But
And I
it's
think the biggest thing from the games that we watched against Skittles is actually like because you played really lazy on Found in Dreamland, whereas you
Yeah.
played pretty well in FD. So what I'm thinking is basically like, well, like you get lazy for like one game, that it's just like sometimes that's like pretty much what might keep you from making an upset, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like, imagine basically what I'm saying is like, if game one was you playing well, imagine if game one was like, instead of you playing well, if that were your average performance against Marth, right?
No, yeah, I agree.
That's kind of where you want to go, because instead of just being like, oh, if I play well I can beat people, you want it to be kind of like, oh, I can beat these people, I can beat Skittles Marth even if I'm not playing well at all, or
Yeah.
like I can beat them like that. I guess you did win the fountain game anyway, even though you're just like doing dumb shit, but like,
No, yeah, I agree.
see,
I know what you're
you
saying.
really want to raise your average level to what your good level is.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I think some of this stuff will definitely give me that boost. Just because Marth was living too long and I was getting hit by too many things I shouldn't have been hit by,
Yeah, and a
which are
lot of
really easy
it
to fix.
and a lot of it does also come down to just like not being lazy about the options that you're picking, that you start to pick.
Yeah. No, a lot of what I have is just don't get lazy. Kind of more specific, but not really. Just kind of like take position and don't be afraid to just sit still because I'm running into a lot of things.
Okay, well, here's a question. I mean, and we'll probably like close after this question, but it's just like, I think this is pretty important. It's just like, what's your plan in order? It's like, so if you identify your problems that you're being lazy, like, what's your plan to stop yourself from being lazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like this might be like kind of an anime answer, which I think is funny, but it's like I I I realized I was being lazy, but now I realize how really lazy I was being, and like everything was lazy about my play. So it's like I know, like I'm for the first time in a while, I'm like really practicing and thinking and trying to be good. So it's like I kind of owe it to myself not to be lazy, and if I really want to be good, I just won't be lazy. So like that's again kind of an anime answer, but like I really think like because I have all these notes in front of me, but like I can again just get lazy. Even like I can know that at 80% up smash will kill, and with the tipper. But I mean, if I'm lazy, it doesn't mean anything. But like I'm not just here because somebody because I want to be able to implement these things and not get lazy. And if I put the work in and I don't get lazy and I like then it'll raise my overall skill to where if I am lazy I'll still be beating people because everybody gets lazy, but I want to be able to make my lazy still better than still good enough to beat like people I'm only beating if I'm playing
Right.
okay or good right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm just asking, like, what your practice plan, like, how are you going to practice in such a way so that you can, like, make it so that you don't be lazy?
Um
Like, it,
Breaks definitely I think are important.
okay.
If I catch myself being lazy, I might just like take 5 minutes, be like, "Hey, I'm gonna get some water," take five kind of thing. But also, whenever I go into like, I think especially like now that I have all these things, next time I play against a Marth, I'm gonna like, there might be like, not even like for the whole practice session, but I'm gonna be like, hey, for the next 5 games, I'm really gonna focus on like not running into things and staying in place in times, and then it's like, okay, for those 5 games, I'm gonna do that, and then it's like if I happen to get lazy, I'll take a break. But it's like once I like know that, it's like okay, so I'll be for the next games. And obviously, if I get a hit, I'm always gonna be punching a Marth. I'm not just gonna get a hit and let it go. But like I'm just gonna focus on like more specific things. I think because like I've been focusing on big picture more stuff like neutral options and needle here,
Yeah.
approach here. But I think I got that down now. So it's time to focus in more on like specifics.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear.
I don't know if that's really the answer you're looking for, but
Yeah, I mean, as long as you have, like, a concrete set of steps that you're going to take in mind to,
yeah,
like, fix whatever you think the problems are, then, I'm not going to tell you, like, this
what to
is
do,
how
what not
you
to do. Yeah.
do. Yeah, yeah,
No, yeah. I mean, I think my problems, whether they might not be like the most obvious things. I don't think they're like extremely specific things. I think I have like a lot of room where I can quickly improve, especially in the Marth matchup.
Yeah.
So I don't think this stuff's gonna be very hard to just like read my notes before I play and then like realize because like I know when I'm getting hit and when I'm running into shit and it's pretty obvious. So it's like for that example, I can just be like, hey, if you see him jump, just kind of like sit still, forehead kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was all good, and I'm just gonna take it a bit by bit. And I mean, I'm gonna move on soon, I think, to either Falco or Peach, but probably Peach. But I'm definitely gonna probably spend the rest of today and most of tomorrow looking for Marths, and then I think if I have a couple good practice sessions through tonight and tomorrow, um, actually I'm going to VR tomorrow, so I'll be playing a lot of Peach, but especially tonight, I'm gonna probably go over this stuff, and even tomorrow I'll be thinking about it just because I want to start thinking about this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, sounds good.
all right,
All right.
peace.
Peace.